a lot of the arguments that I feel like atheists make or the perspectives that they make just deny common sense. And they kind of say you kind of have to ignore, the everything that tells you that you're a person, that you have consciousness, that you have free will, that you have the ability to reason, that the world is ordered and beautiful and filled with purpose and meaning. You have to ignore all of those intuitions, ignore that, ignore that, ignore that, ignore that, and believe that everything is just predetermined by the laws of physics and chemistry. And even that conclusion is predetermined by the laws of physics and chemistry. And all of this, you have to just ignore all of the common sense and come to this conclusion. Now, I don't think that a lot of atheists even live that worldview out. A lot of my thoughts on this come from Thomas Reid, who was a contemporary of Hume, and he pointed out that Hume had all of these conclusions that Hume was not willing to live out. He was like, thank goodness that if Hume was ever put on a jury, he would throw out all of his deterministic conclusions and all of his atheism, and he would act like a normal human being. And so he's essentially saying, uh, when you throw out these common sense things, you have two options. Like you said, you can either throw out your common sense and live it consistently, in which case you're going to end up in an asylum, or you can live inconsistently, which is a lot of the people who have these philosophies that deny reality, and yet they just kind of live inconsistently in spite of it.
So do we mean, and are you using like the phrase common sense, like those truths that are like undeniable and universal, like shared commonly amongst human beings, that it's
Yeah,
like,
Reed was saying it's not just generally respectable ideas, but self-evident truths. And so he says that philosophy has no other root than the principles of common sense. So it's these starting points, these things that
starting
we
points,
cannot.
self-evident
Yeah,
truths?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Well,
I mean, that's a very specific definition, right? That's
well, no,
that
that's
definition.
helpful.
But
I mean, it really is.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because that's like, again, apologetics 101, define your terms. And as a user, the person asking the question, coming this from just intuition, gut feeling, are they coming at it
Mhm.
from a first principles of logic kind of thing? So in some, I think answering it kind of how we are without a definition is
Mhm.
challenging. Um, but you know, Paul, our friend Paul Gould, in that book Cultural Apologetics we'd mentioned, it has something helpful maybe in the pursuit of truth, recognizing what's in the space of common sense, without a perfect
Mhm.
definition, not knowing who asked the question kind of thing. But Gould cites Kreeft, Peter Kreeft, who says that humans
Mhm.
are given reason, imagination, and conscience to pursue truth. And
Mhm.
in that harmony, do we apprehend truth? And the
Mhm.
danger, of course, is when one trumps all others and you become super rational and the imagination's gone, or super imaginative, the rationality is gone and the conscience is weak, or whatever. So within the harmony of these three things, rationality, conscience, and imagination, we can pursue the truth, the goodness, and the beauty, and seek to do that in balance and harmony.